it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL.
What's up, chat? How y'all doing tonight on this great Wednesday evening? We got a couple people live in the chat. Cowboy Noah says he's watching from Fort Worth, Texas tonight. Welcome to another weekly live show of NFL picks. Another week of NFL football. By the way, we talk about anything. I mean, we got a name for the show, right? It's NFL picks, week 6, whatever. But we got to talk about college football a little bit. My wife and I, and if you guys follow me, and if you're not following me, follow me on X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But we went to the Arkansas-Tennessee game. We love the University of Arkansas. And we went, Tennessee was ranked 4th in the nation. I mean, it was a big thing for us to beat them, and it was a long shot, and we beat them. We beat. Comment down below. Who's your college team? Who's your college team in the chat? Comment down below. I want to know who we cheer for in college. I'm a Razorback. I like cheering for the Razorback. Now, that's not where I went to school. I went to the University of New Mexico, so everyone's a Lobo. Woof, woof, woof. I think I even have my graduation tassel somewhere right here. Alex says he's an Ohio State fan. Lizzie says, hello, happy to be back to talk about football. Yes, as always. Benetendi says, what's up, Tony? Blitz says TCU. Did you hear about the Cowboys trying out Max Duggan the other day? They brought him in for a workout. Blitz says, hey, Tony, how's your day going? And family, hope it's good. And keep up the good video and shorts. You're killing it. Thanks, Blitz. I appreciate it. I love making those videos for Cowboys Nation. I had a really fun time doing something a little bit different. And I wish there was more of a supernatural reasoning behind it. But I was just so moved by Jalen Tolbert, catching the game winner. And there's a short that I posted on Instagram and TikTok, and you see it on YouTube as well. But that was a lot of fun to put together. Lizzie says, hook 'em, Texas Longhorns. I love me some Texas Longhorns. Definitely. I do. And a little story, and of course you guys get a little stuff about me a little bit. So I just told you I went to the University of New Mexico. I went to the University of Mexico for the film program, but I really wanted to go to the University of Texas in Austin. That was my first choice. And to even be eligible to apply, you needed to have a 24 ACT score. So I go in there. I scored 23 the first time. I'm like, okay, 23. I just need one or two more. I can do it. I take the ACT a second time. I get an 18. Looking back, I breezed through the ACT the second time thinking like, I just need a point. Ended up costing me 5 points. So UT was out the window at that point, which probably was the smarter choice because, UNM's cheaper. But what's up, chat? Good to see each and every one of you. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And, of course, fire away your questions. Tomorrow morning, the pregame prediction video for the Cowboys and Lions will be dropping. What a matchup. And then we have 1 week until the bye. Then the Cowboys go into a bye, a much-needed bye. And then the Madden prediction will be Friday morning. And, of course, Sunday is game day, y'all. Back at AT&T Stadium, home sweet home. Well, maybe not this year. We're 0-2 at home, which is unfortunate because we were 16-1 before. But if you are ready, chat, I'm ready to jump into week 6, and let's jump in and make some picks and talk about some NFL football. And shout out to Alex there. He said Phillies lost. Chat, I need your help tonight. I need you to keep me updated on the Royals and the Yankees because I'm going for the Royals because Arkansas is right there next to I'm 3 hours away from KC, so we're going to cheer for the Royals. So let me know the update on that one because I think it's the 8th. And then keep me up to date on the Dodgers and the Padres. Anything substantial. Don't send me like, he threw a 99 mile per hour fastball, 2-2, 1 out. No. Just anything big that happens during tonight's show. Cowboy Noah says it's crazy how Dak Prescott is the first quarterback in NFL history to throw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in the same game on 2 different days. Hey man, that's what Dak does, baby. He makes history. Blitz says, Tony, you found the mini helmet for the Lions. Yes. You guys got me. A couple weeks ago, I was so lazy. I was just like, I'm not going to look for this. I finally looked for it. I found the Steelers helmet last week, and I found all of them. So it's going to be there, Blitz. It's going to be there every week. Cowboys and Lions helmets are right there. Says, I'm new here. Chat says, I'm new here. Well, welcome, man. We're going to have so much fun. We just like to make our picks and talk about anything that's going on. Alex says, Dodgers up 5-0. Padres in top of the third. 5-0? Yeah, that's probably going to go. Because I think it's the Padres up 2-1, right? So that would go 2-2 and go back to New York. TKG says, did you stay up for the game? Because I couldn't stay up. Yeah, so I did stay up. My wife and I, we actually went to some family. And we went and watched the game, or we thought we were going to watch the game, but then it turned out that the rain delay. So we only ended up watching the first half with the family, and then we came back during halftime, and then we watched the second half, which is super funny because our daughter came into our room, and she fell asleep. And so we watched that hectic fourth quarter. And it was, silent yelling the entire time. It was silent running around the house. It was silent fist pumping. The things you do when you have kids. Am I right? But let's go to jumping in, guys. So last week, because teams are now on the bye week, we can't go 8-8 anymore. We did not go 8-8 anymore. We did not pull a Jason Garrett. We went 7-7, which is still not good, man. And I admitted it last week. I was like, to hell with it. I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'm gonna choose the upsets. And I was actually pretty surprised that some of the teams that I chose, they won. And there were so many games last week that came down to the wire, like Ravens and the Bengals, man. Like the Bengals had that locked in. some other games too. I can't remember that off the top of my head, but it was such a wild week. I mean, I ended up 7-7, but I mean, it could have easily been like 10-4 or something. Lizzie says, I have the Seahawks winning tomorrow against the 49ers. I need good players for Prize Picks. Any recommendations to the players you think will pop off? Great question. And I will make sure to make a template for Prize Picks for next week. Shout out to Lizzie. You just recommended a terrific idea. Because I do Prize Picks. I love doing Prize Picks. I love doing props. And if you guys aren't following me on X or Instagram, I post my props the day of. So I will post my Thursday night football props tomorrow. And Lizzie, we'll make it a point. Lizzie Ivan. I don't know why I keep calling you Lizzie. You're probably Ivan. But anyways, I will make it a point next week to go over player props with you for Thursday night football. We'll start there. We'll just do Thursday night football, and we'll work our way into the week if it's something that we like doing on the show. Alex says 12-5 is a new 8-8 team. TKG says I want to go 49ers, but they are not looking good. And yeah, so we'll definitely do Prize Picks. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And I know people have been asking for fantasy too, so we'll try to work it all in. You know, a lot of good ideas. I love the ideas. We'll definitely tackle them. It's a long season, and we'll definitely have a lot of fun. So anyways, Thursday Night Football, we got an NFC West showdown. We got 49ers and Seahawks. I see chat is a little bit active and telling our picks already. 49ers, what a surprise. 2-game losing streak, I think it is. Seahawks are also on a 2-game losing streak. They lost, oh my God, they lost to the Giants. They lost to the Giants at home at CenturyLink in Seattle. And then the week before that, they lost as well. So this is big for both teams. Big. So I like the 49ers in this one. Alex is already jumping the gun here saying 49ers. I agree. I like the 49ers in this one. They're on the road. They kind of just have to get back to what they do best, which is running the football and, not allowing Brock to do everything. Because I think when you do that, and that's not a knock on Brock, I just think like any quarterback can be successful when he's not the primary, eyes of the offense, and you kind of take that load off of him. Benintendi says, Tony, are you going to any Cowboys games this year? My wife and I are planning to go to the Cowboys and Bengals Monday Night Showdown in December. I forget which week that is. Chat, let me know which week Cowboys and Bengals is. I think it's week 15. But let me know, chat. TKG says, when does CMC come back? Do you know? That's a terrific question. I believe it's next week. I don't think he's going to play tomorrow just because of the short week, but I think he should be back next week. Isn't that funny? Just in time for the Cowboys, right? We're not playing them next week. We have a bye week, but the week after that, Cowboys and 49ers, which is going to be a big, big week. Alex says week 14 for Cowboys and Bengals. Shout out to you, Alex. Appreciate it. Lizzie Ivan says, I don't know. I'm between 50-50. Both teams have not been consistent. I'm leaning more towards Seahawks, though. That would be an upset. So if we pull up the money line here, 49ers are favored by 3.5 points. So I would be there too. The 49ers swept the Seahawks last year as well. Would love if the Seahawks could beat the 49ers because then the 49ers are 2-4. So I would love to see that, but I'm going to choose the 49ers here. Let's go 49ers. So let's go ahead and go into Sunday. We're back with London. Hey, I have a question for you, chat. Did you guys, because I saw something where it's like, if you watched all of NFL football, you watched it starting at 9 a.m. Sunday morning, and if you watched all the way through the Sunday night game with the Cowboys and Steelers, you watched till like 1 a.m. in the morning. Anyone in the chat, did you go that full run? Did you watch the London game, the early games, the afternoon games, and then Sunday night football? Let me know, because that makes you a legit NFL fan. I almost did it because we woke up and we we were in the middle of the first quarter for the Jets and Vikings game. That was the other game that I chose the Jets as an upset, and Aaron Rodgers threw that interception and Stephon Gilmore picked it off. And how about that? The Jets, man. We're going to talk about that. Believe me, Monday night game. We're going to reach down there and we're going to talk about it when it comes. Cowboy Noah says the Jaguars are 6-5 all time in London. TKG says I red zoned it. Alex says yes, I did. We got some real NFL fans up here. You guys are awesome. Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. Jags got their first win of the season last year. That is something that we predicted here last week. Bears, we thought the Panthers were going to beat the Bears, but the Bears, man, they're kind of clicking. Like, it's all coming together for the Bears. Caleb's looking pretty good. The defense is the real deal, and we've said that on this show countless times. Like, Chicago defense is the real deal. But for me, this one's a tough one. This is London, right? This is not Chicago. This is not in Jacksonville. This is a pretty neutral site for both these teams. Jacksonville's used to playing in London, like Cowboy Noah shouted out. Jaguars are 6-5 all time in London. So they're used to that area. So you know what? I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alex is going to go with the Bears there, which I can't complain. That's a fair pick. Bears could definitely travel and take their defense with them. But I'm going to choose the Jags on this one. I think the Jags win in London, and they get their second win of the season. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans, another division showdown. A little bit update about this before you make your pick. Michael Pittman Jr. will not be playing. He's actually going to be eligible to be put on the injured reserve list, which would put him out for 4 games. So that takes away Joe Flacco's weapon here. And on top of Anthony Richardson already being injured, you're now, Joe Flacco. And what a player Joe Flacco is, right? Picked up the pieces for Cleveland last year. Now he's doing the same thing with Indianapolis. And dude can still ball. I mean, that's just wild. He could still sling that thing. Alex says Colts. Jozan. I don't get the magnet. Oh, Colts. I get it. I got you. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts here. Just feel like the Titans still haven't figured it out. I could see them winning. Like, I would not be surprised if the Titans ended up winning just due to the Colts not having Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman Jr. But I'm going to go with the Colts here. I think the chat is in agreement here. I agree. Next up, we got the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. Now, this one's pretty surprising because Nico Collins, wide receiver for the Texans, going on IR as well. But they have Stephon Diggs. So they're well-equipped in Houston to be without Nico for a while. It hurts them, but it's not going to hurt them that bad. Patriots, however, they dropped a game to the limp Miami Dolphins. I mean, the Miami Dolphins are one of the worst teams in the NFL right now, and they found a way to win against the New England Patriots in New England. And Alex and TKG are already picking Texans. And King Dino, welcome to the chat. He's saying Texans as well. And I think this is a super simple pick as well. If the Texans lose this, they can't be taken seriously anymore, especially after getting that big win against Buffalo last week as well. So definitely, chat, we're in agreement here. Let's lock in the Texans beating the Patriots on the road. Next up, we got a NFC South showdown, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New Orleans Saints. And you're probably wondering why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because the Saints went all out. They went all out for week 2 for their Super Bowl against the Dallas Cowboys. And guess what? They have not won a game since they beat the Cowboys. You hate to see it. That's called karma, my friends. That's called karma. That's what you get for throwing a parade after a week 2 victory. Look, yeah, that's karma, and I'll be petty about it. That Derek Carr on IR. Wish him the best. Obviously, we don't wish ill towards players in the NFL. But man, talk about winning 2 games and now you're on a 3-game losing streak and you're without your starting quarterback, but Spencer Rattler gets to start, so that might be fun to watch. But yeah, Tampa Bay's winning this one. The whole chat is agreeing on this one. These early games are super easy. I feel like they're straightforward. So next game, Cleveland Browns, Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are coming back off of a bye week. Ooh, TKG says no Alvin Kamara. Okay. I mean, that makes it harder too. Even more reason to choose Tampa Bay. Browns and the Eagles. Like I said, Philly's coming off of a bye week. Now, the Eagles have the opportunity to do something pretty special here. They have the ability to complete the NFC East sweep. Cowboys beat the Browns. Giants beat the Browns. Commanders beat the Browns. And in saying that, it would make sense for the Eagles not to beat the Browns. Look at hot take. Hot take. Who's ready for a hot take? If the Eagles lose to the Browns at home, Sirianni's fired. How do we feel about that, chat? Do we agree or disagree? If the Eagles coming off of a bye lose in Philly to the Browns, would Nick Sirianni be fired? I mean, their record would be what? 2-3? I got to look this up. Meanwhile, you agree or disagree with me, chat? Eagles standings. Okay, so if they would lose, they'd go 2-3. Benintendi says 100%. TKG says I could see it. Luck Duck 1 says agree. Alex says maybe. Jokesan says yes. Blitz says yes 100%. King Dino says I could see that. It's funny because I feel like the NFL is ready to pull the trigger on some firings. I feel like they're ready. They're ready. Because I was so surprised. I honestly didn't think New York should have let go Saleh. That was super surprising. I think Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator for the New York, he's the real hack. He should have been the one to go. So I was super surprised that New York was the first firing of the year. I thought Doug Peterson was definitely on the hot seat if he lost, but he saved himself. Benintendi says Yankees beat the Royals, by the way. God dang it. We're going to game 5. Lizzie Ivan says W take, make Kellen Moore head coach. I would love that. Make Kellen Moore the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. You'd love to see it. And Jerry Jones's master plan would have come to fruition. He would have pumped these fake accolades and numbers into Kellen Moore all these years just to send him to Philly, to an NFC East rival, to help them implode. Honestly, I want to choose the Browns because I think it would be hilarious. And the Eagles are not good. They are not good. But I think they had the bye week to figure things out. At least I hope they would. So I'm going to go with the Eagles here. I know. But I think it would. Don't count out the Browns, though. Don't count out the Browns. This is definitely not going to be a blowout. This is going to be like a 24-21 game. In fact, if we go to the spread, wow, they have the Eagles as 9.5-point favorites. Oh, my gosh. That's a disaster waiting to happen. 9.5-point favorites? TKG says, who do you think wins our division if not us? I mean, it's got to be the commies, right? It's got to be the Commanders. Because I hate the Eagles, but they're just not a good team. They're not a good team. And they've shown that in the first 6 weeks of football. They're not a good team. They didn't make the right hire for offensive coordinator. They're on a 1-year rental with Vic Fangio as a defensive coordinator, likewise what the Dallas Cowboys are doing with Mike Zimmer. Jalen Hurts is not the answer long term, and they're stuck with that situation. Their cap situation is a mess. Paying 2 wide receivers, wide receiver 1 money. And then you get a guy like Saquon Barkley, and you're not even giving him the ball. You're still running it with Jalen Hurts in the goal line. TKG says the Washington whatever their name. Luck Duck says Commanders looking good. Commanders are looking good. I agree. Lizzie Ivan says if Cowboys don't go deep into the playoffs or make the playoffs whatsoever, what if we fire Mike McCarthy and hire Robert Saleh? Is this a good take? Ooh. Hey, it's only week 6. Oh, man. This offseason is going to be a lot of fun. Cowboys are really going to shake up a lot of things. Look, man, I'm very critical of Mike, but man, I love Mike deep down. Like, I love Mike. Man, they got him the game ball. He just seems huggable too, Has that big old gut. Just, like he feels like he'd give you a good hug, I like Mike. And I'm not in on those new age head coaches, the ones that, look slim and look like they work out, like Sean McVay. I don't want my head coach looking like that. Give me a big gut head coach like Andy Reid. That way I know you're sitting on the couch, you're studying film, you're breaking down stats and analytics. I want a football nerd. Lizzie Ivan says, huggable, LOL. Is Mike not huggable? Put it in the chat. Is Mike huggable or not? Would you give Coach Mike a hug? He would he'd two-arm it, and he'd give you like a big pat on the back. Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles over the Browns, even though that point spread is crazy. Blitz says, I don't like Mike at all. Sorry, or Zimmer, but I bet I will like Zimmer soon. But Mike, no, I want him gone. Let the Luck Duck once as Mike is the Lotso of the NFL. That's funny. Funny. All right, so speaking about the Commanders, speaking about the NFC East, Commanders and the Ravens. This is the battle for the state of Maryland. Baltimore is just a few hours up from Landover, Maryland. Ooh, this one's going to be a tough one, Chad. I need your help on this one. Who would you choose? And be unbiased and realistic. I know we don't like Washington. I know we don't like the Commanders. But just be unbiased with me. Just be realistic with me. In Baltimore, who you going with? Let's take a look at the point spread while comments are coming in. Where the heck is this game? Okay. They got the Ravens as 6.5 point favorites. Whoa. That's a lot. I mean, they came so close to losing against the Bengals. They blew a lead against the Cowboys. And they did dismantle the Bills. That was a very impressive win. Comments are coming in. Let's read them. Alex says Ravens. Michael says, Michael, welcome to the chat. Michael says Ravens 28-24. Blitz says, Bears? He put a bear emoji. Benintendi says Commanders. Jozan says Ravens. TKG says Ravens win with Lamar and Derrick Henry running all over him. Blitz says Ravens. I love the emojis, chat. You guys haven't done emojis yet this season. I like the emojis. But Blitz, you're confusing me. I don't get the brown. Wait. Oh, is that brown for the Bears? Let me know. Did I get that right? Cowboy Noah says, I hate to say it, Commanders win 38-24. Whoa. King Dino says Commanders by 3. Luck Duck 1 says Commanders. Blitz says Ravens 35-21. Ooh, this one's going to be a fun game regardless. I can't wait to watch this game. I think this is going to be a fun game. Lizzie Ivan says, I think this is a game. Zay Flowers has a good game finally, and Lamar pops up. I agree. I don't know. I was really going back and forth on this one. I mean, they're both two good teams. I think the Commanders really haven't played anyone good yet. We've talked about this last week on the show, but if you look at the teams that they've beat, Browns, Giants, two other bad teams. I can't remember that off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But the Ravens, to me, still aren't a good team. Like, they haven't clicked yet. They haven't clicked yet. They clicked against Buffalo. Michael says, I believe Jaden Foles under pressure. Blitz says, sorry for the bear. I was calling Mike a bear. No, you're good. He's Lotso Bear. But yes, I'm actually going to go here with the Washington Commanders. But maybe it's a little bit of reverse psychology. Maybe I'm choosing the Commanders because I know that the Ravens would win. But no, I think the Commanders are clicking right now. And I think they're going to, if they win, they put the league on notice. That would be big if they win. So I'm going with the Commanders. Lizzie Ivan says this is the game they click and be a Super Bowl competitor. Oh, that's big. TKG is already on to the next one, and that's a great transition because we got the Cardinals and the Packers. TKG is choosing the Cardinals to beat the Cheeseheads. Whoa. That's big. That's big. Cardinals got a big win against the 49ers, and they helped out the entire NFC with that win. But going to Green Bay, you guys know how difficult that is going to Lambeau. So TKG, that's hot, man. That's a hot take. If the Cardinals win, we're definitely going to give you a shout out next week. Benintendi says Cheeseheads. Alex says Packers. And I'm with the Packers on this one. I think the Cardinals are just so inconsistent until they show us that they're consistent. I think that's fair enough. So I'm going to choose the Packers here in Green Bay in Lambeau. All right, now we're going to the afternoon games. Joanne says Cardinals pull off an upset. Michael says I called the Cardinals upset last week. I remember that, Michael. You did. Luck Duck 1 says Packs. Cowboy Noah says Cardinals. Whoa, a lot of people are going with the Cardinals. Hey, man, we'll come back to it in week 7. We'll talk about it next week. Steelers and Raiders. Things aren't going well. Who's the starting quarterback for the Raiders? Chat, find that out for me, because I know it's not Minshew. Are they sticking with AJ? And then Devontae is still injured. But Bowers, man, Brock Bowers, oh, God, he's a real deal. He looks really good. That 36-yard touchdown he had, he may be a problem. Steelers, though, a little bit limited. But this should be, not AJ, Aiden. Thank you, Josanne. I'm having such a hard time saying your name. Joxan. Josanne. Everyone's saying, so Aiden, yes, not AJ. You guys got me. Benintendi saying the Raiders. I think the Steelers bounce back. Oh, I don't know. This is in Las Vegas. Ooh, Antonio Pierce is like the king of upsets. He could really get his guys ready and pull an upset here against Pittsburgh. Man, I'm tempted to take the Raiders. But I already filmed my NFL picks in 60 seconds last night, so I already know who I chose for this one. I chose the Steelers. But I kind of like the pick for the Raiders, to be honest. Lizzie Ivan says, I heard Russell Wilson played a full practice this week. Maybe he will get play time. I think Russell gives them their best chance to win. I don't really understand the hate on Russell. I think it just wasn't a good fit for him in Denver. And now he's just kind of lingering. I like Russ. I want him to succeed. So if he plays in this game, Pittsburgh. I like Raiders as a sneaky pick here. Let's take a look at the spread real quick. Yeah, close one. They have the Steelers as 3-point favorites. So next one is a AFC West showdown. You got the Chargers and the Broncos, and I really wanted to see the spread on this because, close one again. They have the Chargers as 2.5-point favorites, and TKG says, is Adams playing? Devontae Adams is not playing for the Raiders. But Chargers and Broncos, Chargers are coming off of a bye week. And then if we look at the AFC West standings, obviously the Chiefs are the king of the AFC West with the 5-0 record. But the Broncos and the Chargers, Broncos are 3-2, Chargers are 2-2. So Chargers need this win, but the Broncos are killing it right now. Broncos are on a 3-game winning streak. What's going on in Denver? They're looking really good. Is Sean Payton has it finally come together? Are they going to dethrone Mahomes and the Chiefs? And is Bo Nix going to win MVP? Probably not. But I will tell you, I like the Broncos. Ooh, and chat's already heating up. I like it. Benintendi says the Broncos. Joe says the Broncos. Alex says the Broncos. Michael, you're by yourself on this one. You're just saying the Chargers. Lizzie Ivan, I don't know what you put, but I think that's the Chargers, just based off the color. Chargers, they got to prove themselves as a road team, and they're coming off the bye week, so I think it's a pretty easy pick to choose the Chargers here, but let's have fun. Broncos upsetting the Chargers, that would be a lot of fun. I want that. King Dino says Broncos. I'm down. Let's do it, chat. Lock in Broncos for this pick. Okay, guys. Here we go. You got the helmets behind me. Next up, game of the week. The Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, reminder, full pregame prediction video comes out tomorrow, and I break down this game, offense, defense, predictions, game predictions, all of that. 9 a.m. tomorrow. You'll see it. It's a 30-minute video. We go really in-depth on this one. Benintendi says Cowboys. What can we tell you about this matchup? Cowboys have won 6 in a row dating back to 2015. Dak Prescott is 5-0 against the Lions all-time in his career. This is the third straight year that the Lions and Cowboys are going to play, and the Cowboys have won the previous 2. Last year was a close one, 20-19, came down to a controversial call. Joe says Cowboys. Alex says Cowboys with another upset win. And you're right, this would be an upset because Vegas has the Lions as I'm scrolling. Why are these out of order? 3-point favorites. TKG says, I think Cowboys win before the bye because I think the bye came at the perfect time. Completely agree. Blitz says Cowboys 28-24. I like that score. King Dino says, Lions, hate to say it, I still don't know about the defense. Michael says, realistically, no way in hell we winning this. Hey, man, Michael, you're in the right place. We're unbiased and realistic. Look, I think it would be incredible if the Cowboys won. There's a very specific small game plan here that does have the Cowboys winning, but a lot of things have to go right, in my opinion, for the Cowboys to win this game. And I just don't think the Cowboys are healthy enough, nor do they have it together right now to beat the Lions. So we're going to lose this game. That's my pick. Lizzie Ivan says, all honesty, if you're a real Cowboys fan, we lose this game as a revenge game for the Lions. I hate that, but that is so true. I mean, these Lions players are a bunch of whiners. They cannot shut up about that penalty. Like, good God, it's all they talked about in the offseason. They're as bad as the 49ers when they lose a playoff game. It's just like, Amon-Ra St. Brown's talking about Jordan Lewis. Their skipper's talking about, I checked in. Dan Campbell's like, I told him before the game. Just like, it comes off whiny in my opinion. Just like, shut up, So annoying. But yes, I still got the Lions winning. And they're going to treat this like their Super Bowl. They're going to treat it like their Super Bowl. They're going to think they got revenge. But joke's on you, ha. You were up 28-0 in the NFC Championship game and still found a way to lose. So Detroit is still the joke of the NFL. But also reverse joke because we Cowboys haven't been to the NFC Championship game and the Lions have been there before us. Joe says, DeRon Bland coming back Sunday? That's a great question. So he was a full participant in practice today. He did practice. He is back. The practice window has been open. Stephen Jones has come out and said that he will be playing in a limited role, but that's yet to be seen. We'll definitely have a better idea come Friday. Michael says we need Tyler Guyton to step up. Tell me about it, Michael. Guyton needs to play better because he's got Aiden Hutchinson, but also just a wild, some crazy matchups. I mean, he's had to take on Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Kayvon Thibodeau with New York, and then now he has to take on T.J. Watt. He has to play better, and he's hurt right now, but he'll be fine. But it's just growing pains. A rookie at left tackle, that's tough. Michael says, why does Jordan Lewis have beef with everyone? He's from Detroit, man. People from Detroit have beef with everyone. But he's a dog, man. I love Jordan Lewis. Like, he brings an aggressive, physical mindset to this defense that they desperately need. TKG says, don't forget CeeDee Long touchdown versus Lions last year. Oh, my God. How could I not forget that? It was the NFL play of the year. So much fun. I don't know if CeeDee is going to go off like he did last time, the 200-plus yards that he had, but he's going to have a good game. He's going to get his 6-7 receptions, 75-plus yards. Lizzie Ivan says, this might be the game the Cowboys click and go on a winning streak after the bye week and beat the 49ers. This bye week will bring the defense together as well as the offense. You're very right. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I think this Cowboys team gets better as the season goes on. I just don't want them to resort back to their pathetic ways and lose this game like they did the Saints and the Ravens. You always want to see your team put up a fight. Cowboy Noah says, I hate to say this, but Lions win 30-24. Okay, so we're pretty split. And like I said, we're unbiased and realistic Cowboys fans, so no hating in the chat. We've made our decision. We're going to be cheering for our boys. We're going to put on the jerseys. We're going to cheer them on. But if they lose, not the end of the world. It's only week 6. But I wanted to say this. And I say it in my pregame prediction video. But this will not be the last time that we see the Lions this year. That's my bold take. I'm making playoff predictions in week 6. Lions will win their division. They will host a playoff game in Detroit. And the Cowboys will be a wild card team. And they're going to go to Detroit in the wild card playoffs. You heard it here first. October 9th, week 6. Cowboys-Lions play wild card. There we go. Next game, got the Falcons and the Panthers. Do we have to really review this one? Chat, on the count of 3, put who I know you're going to put for this matchup. 1, 2, 3. Falcons. Falcons will win this game. And that brings us to Sunday Night Football. Bengals and the Giants. Another NFC East team. And this is a little bit of a snooze fest of a Sunday night game. Joey B against Daniel Jones and the Giants. Now, the Giants did beat the Seahawks. And the Bengals it has to click for them. It almost seems like the football gods are throwing them a bone here and saying, hey, get back on track. Because right now they're 1-4, last in their division. So they need this game. They need this game for morale. They need this game for good thing is they're only 2 games back in the AFC North, so it's still there. You know, you want to win your division first, but it starts Sunday night. And the Giants being at the bottom of the NFC East at 2-3. I'm going to go, Michael says mid-off. King Dino says, this is Sunday Night Football. TKG says, why is this Sunday Night Football? Which is so bad because we had such a great matchup with the Cowboys and Steelers. Oh, great question. Which matchup would you take from the earlier games and you would swap for Sunday Night Football? Which game, if we were the NFL, and we all agree Bengals and Giants is a terrible matchup for Sunday Night Football, who would you replace? And you can't say Cowboys and Lions. Luck Duck one says, yeah, I'm going to sleep early Sunday night. This game could be 50-50, and I would still be uninterested with the Bengals and the Giants. I don't know what they were thinking. This is such an odd matchup, just so uninteresting in so many ways. Ooh, Michael, yes, Washington and Ravens. That's a good one. Washington Ravens. Lizzie Ivins says Sunday Night Football? Hell no. Nah. All right, man. You guys were really quick with those Commanders and Ravens. Now, granted, they make these schedules in May, so maybe they didn't think the Commanders were going to be as good. But I completely agree. I think, yeah, Commanders and Ravens would, because the Commanders they've had a primetime game so far. They played the Bengals, funny enough, on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago, and the Ravens, yeah, they played the Bills on Monday night. So that would, yeah. Next time they come up with the schedule, they got to run it by us. This has to go through multiple eyes, and like more than 20 people signed off on this. Like Bengals and Giants, yeah. Tristan's jumping in. What's up, man? Sup? Have you did the picks yet? We did most of them. We're right now on Sunday Night Football with the Bengals and the Giants. But yeah, we haven't picked. We were clowning on this matchup so much that we haven't made a pick yet. Who you going with, chat? Who you going with? Reminder: Giants upset at the Seahawks. Lizzie Ivan says these emojis are fire. You guys are cracking me up with the emojis tonight. You guys are very funny with the emojis. I didn't know you could do that. Let me see. Can I chat in here? How do you guys get options? I only have 4 of them. Wait, hold up. Nope, I see them. Let me see. Yeah, these are pretty crazy emojis. I like this one. I like the Chinese food. Okay, Benetendi says Bengals. Yeah, I like the Bengals got to win this one, right? If they don't, they're 1-5. Ooh, another hot take. I won't say this will happen, but it's a strong possibility that if the Bengals lose, they go 1-5, and there goes your head coach. That's the next head coach to go, Zach Taylor. Had to look up his name for a second. Bengals lose. Zach Taylor's gone Monday morning. Because enough's enough. I mean, they start the year like this all the time. And they're like, oh, well, we'll get it together. And they do. Tristan says Bengals, but Giants put up a good fight. Could see it. You would expect that from the Giants. To be like, oh, you took out the Seahawks? Okay, maybe the Giants have woken up. Then they're going to lay an egg and the Bengals are going to win like 34-0. I'm going with the Bengals on this one. All right, here we go. Monday Night Football, guys. Now, I was really excited about this matchup. And then the news came out about Robert Saleh getting fired. And what a wild thing that was. Like, he gets fired. Jets owner called Aaron Rodgers the night before. And he's like, I didn't ask Aaron, and Aaron didn't have a say in it. Then why'd you call him? What other owner calls their quarterback the night before firing the head coach? And then to tell us and tell everyone that, like, oh, he had no impact. Then why'd you call him? Just shows incompetence, really. Do I think Saleh should have been fired? I touched on it earlier. No, he's not the problem. I feel like the best part about the Jets is actually their defense. Their offense is trash. And it's not because Rodgers is washed. I think Rodgers actually makes it look decent. But Nathaniel Hackett, man, I don't know how that hack has a job. TKG says, did you hear what Joe Burrow said about their start? I have not. Let me know what he said. Everyone's going with the Bills here. Well, Tristan says, I still believe in the Jets for some reason. I got Jets. Okay. Michael says, I'm taking the Jets. We got some people taking the Jets in the chat. That would be wild, y'all. Fire your coach, and then you take down a team like the Bills. Now, the Bills are on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to the Ravens Sunday Night Football. Then they lost to the Texans. Poor coaching management by Sean McDermott. Terrible. Lost them the game. So this seems like a pickup for them, especially with it being an AFC East game, a division game. But I don't know how Saleh makes the team better. Because usually, if you're gonna make a fire, if you're gonna remove your head coach this early in the season, like there's still football to be played. So firing him doesn't make sense because you didn't put in a better option to replace him. Tristan says Jets and Bills are on fraud watch right now. Michael says Kellen Moore would be a good fit on the Jets. Jeffrey, welcome to the chat. He says Jets, no way they win. It's really hard for me to imagine the Jets winning. Again, I was really excited about this matchup. And then they fired their head coach. And it's hard for me to see the Jets be anything competent this year. Like, that just kills morale. So, yeah, Bills. I think we're all going, most of us are going Bills. Some of you guys are some trailblazers in the chat and going with the Jets. But, of course, we'll regroup in Week 7 and talk about it. But those are our picks for Week 6. Thank you so much, guys, for making your picks with me. That was a lot of fun. But, of course, as we end tonight, a little Q&A session. If you guys want to talk Cowboys, if you guys want to talk life, if you want to talk about movies, whatever it wants to be. That Joker, Folie à Deux, is getting some rough reviews. I have not seen it yet. I cannot wait to see it, though. I want to see what everyone's talking about. Chat, have you seen the new Joker movie? Is it as bad as people are saying? Or has it been because people are just frustrated and angry for the fact that it's not what they expected it to be, and that's become negative? Michael says Roger Goodell does not cook with these primetime games. Chris says Buffalo beats Jets. Yeah, I agree. And once again, pregame prediction video tomorrow morning, Madden prediction Friday morning, and game day this Sunday. And the Razorbacks, my college football team, they're on a bye week this week. But Texas, I think, is taking on Georgia. That's going to be a crazy game. That's going to be a crazy game. Luck Duck 1 says, Foley a doo-doo. King Dino says, I haven't seen it. Joe says, I heard the ending of the movie is terrible. TKG says, we are not a championship level team right now. In Joe's defense, what team is at week 6? Tristan says, who did you pick between Cowboys and Lions? I chose the Lions. I chose the Lions because the Cowboys will be without the Lion. No Micah Parsons. That's not official, though. I don't know the status of Micah at the moment, but I imagine he doesn't play. Michael says Oklahoma takes on Texas. Is that? Okay, so I got it wrong. Okay. Oklahoma takes on Texas. I thought it was Texas and Georgia this week. Tristan says I might see it next week. Oh, Snapchat. I forgot. I need to catch up on the Penguin. I've seen the 2 episodes that are out, but I forgot that the 3rd one came out this weekend, so I got to watch that. I got to shoot the Madden prediction video tonight, but maybe if I'm still up to it and I still have energy, I'll probably knock out like a solid 15 minutes of the Penguin. Michael says, if Chiefs and Vikings faced off, who would you pick and score? Great question. That's a tough one. I would go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I just can't bet against Mahomes. Like the Vikings, I get it, their defense, but like I just can't go against Mahomes. I can't count them out. So I'd go with Mahomes. 28-24 if they played. Joe says Amari Cooper should come back to Dallas. Definitely. But I don't know. I honestly think Jalen Tolbert having a great game against Pittsburgh, that probably got rid of that dream. Because now Jerry and Steven are like, our guys did really well. So Lizzie Ivan says, I'm the Penguin, sir, and there's a penguin emoji. Chris says, Tony, who do you like, San Francisco or Seattle? San Francisco. I really want to see a good game tomorrow night, though. I want to see a really good game. Just be a slugfest. Like 17-14. Would love a game like that. I love those low-scoring games. Kind of like how the Cowboys were in back-to-back weeks. Lizzie Ivan says, realistically, I hope Bland does not play and fully recovers on the bye week. Same here. Same thing with Micah. Just take the week. Chris says, to be honest, I agree. Lions going to beat us, Tony. And that's just me, right? Like, that's just because we're unbiased and realistic Cowboys fans. Could they win? Absolutely. And that would be amazing. Honestly, that's like a big win if the Cowboys beat the Lions. Because the Lions are healthy. They got good depth. They got talented players. And for the Cowboys to get their first home win against the Lions going into the bye week, yo, man, Cowboys are back up after that point. CD needs to stop disappearing in the second half. He's been doing that a lot. I think it's 2 things. I think it's Mike getting away from CD, but I agree. I would love to see more CD in the second half. Michael says 2007 Patriots versus Chiefs. Joe says, when do the Cowboys face the AFC West again, if you know? Next year. And we should have the Chiefs come to AT&T. Cowboys should be going to Las Vegas. Chargers should be coming to Dallas, to Arlington. And then we should be in Denver, which I got a buddy in Denver. Chase, if you're watching these, I'm coming to Denver next year. Blitz, Tony, you should start filming yourself after a game or when it comes down to the last second reaction like last week game winner. Blitz, you did not want to see me in that final minute against the Cowboys and Steelers. Oh, man, you did not want to see me in that final minute. It was wild. Okay, so first off, let me break it down. Dak runs to the 1 yard line, fumbles, goes at the 1 yard line. I'm like, okay, let's do it again. They line up with Rico in the backfield. And I'm like, okay. I don't like this. I want Zeke back there instead, but let's go with Rico. We all know what happened next. Fumble, my heart sank, and I literally gasped out loud. And then obviously the play of the game, Dak, Jalen sprains his nuts. And then you get to 4th and goal. I jumped up and down because that reminded me of the Cowboys and Eagles game last year. I don't know if you guys remember that one in Philadelphia where the Cowboys went down to the goal line and they just came up short and they just imploded. So I was getting those vibes. I'm like, I can't believe this is going to happen. I can't believe this is also the most Cowboys way to lose, is to get to the 1 yard line and not get a touchdown because we keep moving backwards. Cowboys win the game. Jalen catches it. I take off my jersey. I'm flinging it. I'm jumping up and down. And I'm like Tony Romo against the Lions on the wild card. I'm just like face on the floor. Just, ah! Ask my wife. She was there for all of it. So no, I don't know. I want to, but I just, it would be wild. Maybe one day. One day, Blitz. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe like preseason. I always thought of doing like a preseason live show like this and just watching a preseason game together because that's low stakes. Joe says early prediction of Chiefs versus Cowboys at home next year. Chiefs win. Oscar says, yo, what's up, Kyle? What's up, Oscar? Welcome to chat. Lizzie Ivan says, does Tony say bad words when Cowboys are losing? No, I think I don't drop. I don't have a potty mouth. That's, I don't. I really don't. And I know my wife is watching this, and I don't. I promise I don't. I'm just like, darn. I'm just like, dang. Chris says, Tony, do you think Jalen Tolbert has beaten out Brandon Cooks now for number 2? Let's see if Jalen can duplicate it. If he goes 8 for 87 or like 6 for 60, let's give him a shot because he's so young and Cooks is on the final year of his contract. Michael says, why is when we want Zeke won the field, he's not? I know. That would have been a perfect time. But I think the Cowboys are coming into the realization that like maybe Zeke isn't what they thought he was. So Oscar says, you think we have a chance to get at beating? There's always a chance, every given Sunday. But I think when it plays out, I think the Lions should be able to beat us. But hey guys, I appreciate all of you. I had so much fun tonight. I love these weekly shows. And I love the involvement and seeing you guys chat. I love it. I really do. And I'll be back next week. I was contemplating taking next week off because of the bye week, but I'm not going to be doing much like Cowboys content because there's no game. So to do one live show would be a lot of fun. But I appreciate you guys. Check out the pregame prediction video. And shout out to you guys for watching the All 22 film breakdowns. One of them hit 10,000 views, which was super awesome. And then I dropped another one for the game-winning drive, and so that was a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. My socials are down below, TikTok, X, Instagram, and YouTube. And, if you're looking for Cowboys merch, again, we're still sponsored by Homage this season, so there's a link down below if you're interested. But, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys game day, and be on the lookout for those videos that's going to come out for the next few days. But love you guys. Have a good night. Go Cowboys.